Hey y'all, welcome into Bales Farms. I'm Barry Bales, your affable host for this little thing that we call Front Porch Conviviality. We are on the front porch of the Bales Farms Command Center here in Mossheim, Tennessee, and I am joined to my immediate left. I don't know how that shows up at your house, but it's my left, is my co-pilot, Allison Bales. Please make her welcome.
Hello.
Well, they're still clapping. Hang on.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hi.
Hello.
Okay. First of all, we need to apologize because it's been a long time since we've done one of these, and we didn't think that was too big a deal. But we've talked to a lot of people in the last couple of weeks
Who are very bored, obviously.
Well, they've been asking, where's the next episode? So we found that we have more viewers than what we thought. And so on that note, if you would be so kind to help us out, if you are watching this on YouTube, if you would dare to click on the subscribe button and follow us on our little YouTube journey here. That way we'll know how many of you are out there, and we will know that will help us to stay pumped up, I guess. That'll help us to feel like I'm the guy from Steve, what's his name, from Australia? Sneaking
Steve
through the jungle?
Irwin?
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, yes, we would appreciate that. That would help us out if you would be so kind. And you are so kind, I know. So, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, it's hot and humid.
It is super humid.
I don't know about where you all are, but it's been raining here. Thankfully, I'm thankful for the rain, but it's interesting that we'll have a rain shower come through, and it will rain harder than I've ever seen it rain and be nice and lovely except wet. And then the cloud goes through, the sun pops out, and it goes to what feels like 400 degrees Kelvin and about 9,000% humidity.
It's
and
hard.
So you're still wet.
It is hard on us curly girls.
Curly hair, don't care.
Mine does.
Well,
Yes.
if that's the worst thing we got to complain about, we're doing okay. All right, so catching up, update. It's been a big week.
It has been a big week.
Well, wait, before we get started. If you're new to us, we always meet here on the porch for a little fun and frivolity, which is frivolity. You got to say it fast.
You do. That's the best way. Like if you're unsure about something, just do it fast, whatever it is. Say it fast, do it fast.
Story of my life. I'm unsure about everything.
That's not true.
So
that's not true.
We get out here and relax and share a cocktail. So today, Allison is trying something new. And
Yet
I'm gonna
old.
let her, new for this
Right, it
gathering.
is new for the gathering. And so are you?
Well, for the gathering, I am, yes. So you proceed, please.
I am enjoying a Gin Ricky, which is the native.
Ricky, don't lose her number, your number. Ricky, don't lose my number. Is it my number? It's my number. Anyway,
I was thinking, oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine, you blonde.
Gin Mickey? Maybe you could do a variation of that and be a...
Right, we can name it after my brother-in-law.
True.
Yeah. This is a Gin Ricky. It's a classic cocktail. And so it's super lovely for a hot summer day. And I just thought...
And we've got one of those.
That's exactly right. So I'll put it up on the blog under the show notes.
Yes.
Yes, and what are you drinking, my dear?
I am having a ranch water.
That is super fun.
Which most people probably know what that is. They now have a ranch water that you can buy in the store.
That's exactly right.
It's lime juice, tequila, Topo Chico.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I kind of like the whole idea of staying hydrated while I drink.
Cheers.
So cheers.
Cheers. Look at that sweat coming off our glasses.
How about that?
So,
and a special cheers, sorry for interrupting.
No.
I want to lift a glass and say hello to all my friends that are out at Planet Bluegrass this weekend at the Telluride Bluegrass Festival. And I'm sorry I'm not there. I miss y'all, miss Telluride. And I hope everybody's having a grand time, as I'm sure you are, and enjoy being back. So there you go. Proceed.
I was just going to say, let's give a shout out to Field and Flower, who did this beautiful arrangement. I will say the Indian blanket flowers are from us, but that was it. I just had some that I wanted to use, so I did.
Well, good.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes, our friends at Field and Flower, they have amazing products. They do great baked goods, and we have a chocolate torte waiting on us in the refrigerator, which is going to be super wonderful tonight, and some lovely flowers. So thank you all.
Wow.
They are a micro flower farm here in Greene County, as well as a cottage bakery. So check them out. They do amazing things on Instagram. Sarah is so great, especially with her stories. I don't know how she does them. She was talking today,
Maybe you should
and
ask her.
the text was going up as she was talking. It was amazing.
Huh.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Well, good for her.
I know, and she's also a photographer, or as they say here in Greene County, do you not remember, photographer? Don't you remember that?
They say lots of things in Greene County.
She is a photographer, and a lovely photographer, and a lovely friend. Lovely person.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you beat that?
I don't know. Her daughter their daughter Kalina and I are in a little book club.
You're in a book club with a...
6-year-old.
There you go.
Not really, but we have read some of the same books, because she is now on the books that Marshall read when he was a little kid. The Hank the Cow Dog.
Yep. Yep.
If you're not into Hank the Cow Dog and you have little kids, you definitely need to read Hank the Cow Dog books. They're fun for kids to read, but they're also great read alouds. Don't you agree?
Agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
So, are we catching up now?
We're catching up.
Okay. It's been a big week.
It has been a big week. You, for anyone who doesn't know, you got a major award.
I got a major award, and it was not in a crate marked Fragile.
Wasn't?
Yeah, I was blown away to be the recipient of a marker in my hometown of Kingsport.
The model city.
The Tennessee Department of Tourist Development has a program, I guess you would call it, or yeah, I'm going to go with program, that they put markers all over the state highlighting musicians, songwriters, producers, music venues, etc., that have contributed to the music of America. There's obviously lots of them in Nashville. A couple of years ago, they put one over here in Bulls Gap, right across the hill, which is the hometown of Archie Campbell, for anybody that's old enough to remember Archie Campbell and Hee Haw and that kind of thing.
Well, but you don't have to be old to know Archie Campbell. Our son Marshall loves Archie Campbell.
Well, because I have him watch Hee Haw, yeah.
Right. But they often play Archie Campbell also on the Jewel FM.
Right.
Here in town.
So, yeah, I mean, like the Down Home in Johnson City has their own, it's called Tennessee Music Pathways. They have a marker. There's a marker, I think, at the Impact. Capitol Theater. I don't think the Capitol has one.
Oh, I think they might be getting one then if they don't have one.
Well, you just let the cat out of the bag then.
I saw it online.
Oh, well, anyway. The Band Perry has one up around the Impact somewhere. Niswonger Performing Arts Center. So basically, you have a plaque that has, or a big sign, a big marker that has your name on it and gives your life story / musical career. And today is Saturday, so this was on Wednesday. We went to Kingsport for the unveiling. They unveiled 4, all at the same time, all musicians that were born in Kingsport. Leslie Riddle, who had a big influence on the Carter family. Brownie McGee, who was a very well-known had a long, amazing career, blues guitarist. Doyle Lawson, one of my heroes, who's the leader of Quicksilver, Doyle Lawson Quicksilver, bluegrass mandolin player that's been in so many great influential bands, and then I got one too. So yeah, that was amazing. Very thankful for that. Had a great time. Thankful that the state and the Department of Tourism and the city of Kingsport were so kind to do that for me.
And it was emceed by?
Chris Trulson from Birthplace of Country Music Museum in Bristol. And
he's a program director for the radio station there.
yeah, so we had had a nice day, and so there you go.
He's also in a band called Bill and the Bells.
Yep.
And they're really kicking it right now.
Okay, so yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, I was asked to start contributing once a month to a podcast and a weekly radio show.
Next Saturday, which will be the
19th. The day before Father's Day.
Allison will make her debut as a recipe contributor to Amy Campbell's, you say the name?
Tennessee Farm Table.
Tennessee Farm Table, which is a podcast, and she's also on East Tennessee's own WDVX out of Knoxville, 89.9 on the FM dial, and also streaming on the World Wide Web.
Yes, and that's at 9 o'clock on Saturdays. And very exciting for me at WUTC, because I am a mock. You all know that. I graduated from UTC.
For those of y'all that don't know, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga.
Go Mocs! Woo! Anyway, that's where I went to college and graduated from their physical therapy school. And so you can catch her show on WUTC on Saturdays at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Or you can catch it anytime streaming online.
On her podcast.
Right.
And I guess that would be at
TennesseeFarmTable.com, or I'm sure it's on Apple. I'm not, like, I just hit that little button.
The little purple.
The purple button, and then I search. And that's how I find podcasts. I don't know. I guess that's Apple. I don't know.
Well, we'll put that in the show notes as well. On all the ways that you can find it and where you can find it.
Yes, and one of her, she has, I think this is her 8th season, I think. And maybe even longer than that, but I think it's her 8th season. And she had, a few weeks ago, she had Fred Sossman on, who is a regional.
Well, and for anybody this is Eddie Stubbs' deep catalog style here. Any of you music lovers out there, particularly bluegrass country, Fred is related, and I forget how exactly, nephew or great nephew or something like that, to one of the Sossman brothers, who were a pretty well known brother duet from here in Greenville. And Carl and JP, right? Carl and JP Sossman, yeah. And one of them was married, their sister was Imogene, who was part of their show at one point, Little Imogene. And she married Claude Tiny Day, who was our sports director here in Greenville for so long at the Greenville Sun. And I forget where I was going with that, but there's a music connection with Fred there, and the food connection. He's written a lot of books on local food.
He's written a lot of books, and he is very knowledgeable about the history of food and the people who have produced food and
he wrote a book on
agriculture.
Ridgewood Barbecue.
Yeah.
Larry Prophet.
Yeah. And anyway, he was on the podcast a few weeks ago, and he was talking about a lady named Goldine, and she was known as a broccoli lady. She lived in Johnson City, and it's her. He showcased her broccoli casserole. And so here's a question for you. Do you like your broccoli casserole with or without water chestnuts?
I'm okay with water chestnut. It's a nice crunch. Yeah, I like water chestnuts.
I hate water chestnuts.
What's wrong with them?
I hate them.
It's like a big almond. You like almonds?
Oh, no, it's not an almond. It's like a mushy. It's kind of crunchy, but also mushy. I don't like it.
I don't think that's possible.
I do not like water chestnuts. I do not like them.
Sounds like a Dr. Seuss.
You know, some people wrap them in bacon and do something with them. Like wrap a whole water chestnut in bacon. Where do water chestnuts come from? Are they really in the water?
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
Are they Asian?
I don't know.
Where do they grow? Do you all know? I do not like water chestnuts, so I haven't researched them at all.
Do you like green eggs and ham?
No. I don't like green eggs.
Yeah, water chestnuts are fine, especially in Asian dishes.
Well, that's a whole thing
Broccoli
about broccoli casserole with or without.
Well, it's very subjective.
Water chestnuts.
I'm the type of person, and you know this from when you asked me about outfits that you should wear. By and large, with about anything, I either have to see it or taste it and go, yes or no. I can't just bilaterally say, if you ask me, say, do I like it with or without water chestnuts? Well, yeah, but I'm sure somebody could make a broccoli casserole with them that I didn't like.
Yes. Do you all do lots of broccoli casseroles? I feel like the casserole has fallen out of favor a little bit, and I want to bring it back.
Let's don't.
Do you not like my casseroles?
Yeah.
I do a poppy seed chicken casserole and a cheesy chicken casserole.
I know, and they're great.
With potato chips on top.
Yeah, I know.
You can't go wrong with potato chips on top.
Well, it's a slippery slope with casseroles to where
I'm not into a tuna casserole.
You eventually get to where you're just doing a casserole because you've given up.
Well, but who's to say lasagna is not a casserole?
Most people.
But why is that not a casserole? It's in a 9x13 pan. You bake it. It's got different layers in it.
I don't know. You'll have to ask Fred. I don't know. So yeah, maybe that'll be an episode of the show sometime, of Amy's show.
The casserole? The casserole question?
Yeah.
What
Maybe
makes
she
a
needs to have a
casserole
different casserole every show. Or go into the history of every casserole.
Yeah.
But anyway, any other updates that we need to?
Very soon we will have chicken available
And that's all we're going to say about that.
through the farm store.
Yeah.
Very soon you will be able to sleep in the morning.
One more week.
Yes, less than 1 week.
It's been so long since we were here. I feel like there's something else we're missing. Maybe I'll think of it while we're doing a question. Do we have a question?
Yes, the question is, we had a few questions, so because we've been going so long now, we'll do one question. What are the top 3 TV shows that you're into right now?
That I'm into right now? Mm-hmm. Okay, well...
Or I think it was that you would recommend people.
Well, have we not talked about this?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, historically...
I mean, we have talked about...
Historically...
We talk about Yellowstone.
Yeah, historically, I don't have a show. Like, I don't normally get into shows because I just don't have the time. Like, and I've probably said this before, I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
No, I haven't either.
Or there was 3 or 4 there all at once that everybody was into.
There was Outlander. That was one everybody was into.
Never seen it. Never saw. Is Game of Thrones the dragon movie?
I think so.
What was the one with Kevin Spacey?
House of Cards.
House of Cards. Didn't see that. There's 2 or 3 more like that I never saw. I've never seen an episode of Breaking Bad.
I know. And Better Call Saul. I think that is.
Right.
I think that's a spinoff of Breaking Bad. I'm sorry if we're wrong. We haven't seen them.
But we have, for some reason, I don't know why we got into it. We have been watching. Well, I needed something to ease me down to the ground when Yellowstone was over. So we started watching Longmire.
And it was long.
It was long. Really liked it for the most part. It got a little silly towards the end.
Yeah.
If it was set somewhere other than in Wyoming and he wasn't like a cowboy kind of guy, would I have liked it and kept at it?
No.
Probably not. And we're still working on
Poldark.
which is on Prime.
It is on Prime.
It's a masterpiece theater.
We are so hip and with it, and we're so cool. We're watching Masterpiece Theater on a Saturday night.
Well, we're not watching it right now.
No, but we probably will later. But I'm kind of mad at Ross Poldark.
You're real mad at Ross Poldark.
He is not treating Demelza like he should.
Well, don't give it away. Don't give it away.
She's really great. Well, everybody knows it was on like 100 years ago.
Oh, okay.
We're so out of it.
Okay. Well, that's 2, right? Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that I'm watching. I mean, I'm waiting on more Yellowstone.
Right. Next week.
And is it?
Yeah, next week.
Oh,
Father's Day.
The new one or the old one?
The new one.
Like
we're going to figure out
like season 4?
who made it. Yeah, we're going to figure out who made it.
Well, when are they going to start the old one?
I have no
the
idea.
1882 or whatever it is.
I have no idea.
Huh.
But I will say, we watched it when we first got married, and then we could never find it again. And then...
Well, we got season 1 on the free Peacock app.
Oh, no. That's not what we watched when we first... We've moved on from Yellowstone.
Okay.
We're now talking about another show, because there's your top 3.
Well, you didn't name that
2.
show, so I thought you were
I know,
still
I'm getting ready to. So we watched this back in like the 90s, early 2000s when it was on, and then we couldn't find it anymore. And then now we kind of are watching it, or I'm watching it a little bit because I've talked to so many people that love it. Arrested Development. That show is gold.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
It's very funny. It's very funny. It's very funny. And Jason Bateman. You cannot go wrong with Jason Bateman. He is always in quality stuff. He is, yeah.
Is that on his business card?
Probably. Was he the little boy in Little House on the Prairie?
No.
Who was the little boy that they adopted? That Ma and Pa Ingalls adopted?
The curly-headed guy?
No, that was Albert. Albert had the unfortunate incident with drugs.
Who was Alfonso? Was there an Alfonso?
I don't think so. I think that's the Fonz.
Was that his real name?
Arthur Fonzarelli?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
we were
he's
fishing.
on Arrested Development.
Well, we were fishing last week. We're on the river, and somebody said something about Pinky Tuscadero. No.
That's what she did.
No.
What? What did she do?
That was her sister, Leather.
Oh. Who played Pinky and who played Leather?
I have no idea.
Pinky Tuscadero.
So, talk about deep catalog.
Yes. Happy Days. Happy Days are here again.
That's right.
Yes. And Arrested Development.
Most people now know the Fonz as the guy that does he do like a Medicare supplement or reverse mortgage commercial?
Didn't he have some big fight with Tom Hanks?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like fist fight?
No. I just don't think they get along. Arthur Fonzarelli, man, he could whip Tom Hanks.
Well, once upon a time, probably.
Don't you remember? He did that. He jumped his motorcycle over all those cars.
The Fonz?
Yes.
Oh. So it didn't really happen.
No, it did.
It's like Surf Pro. It's like it never really happened.
No, it did. It did.
Well,
yes.
Anyway.
And Arrested Development. It has Henry Winkler in it. He is the attorney, It's narrated by Ron Howard.
Ron Howard. And, you know, we always revert back to Andy Griffith. We watched
Ron Howard.
Malcolm Merriweather last night.
Yeah.
Hard to beat.
That's not my favorite episode because Andy does not.
Well, we keep watching our favorites over and over and over and over and over again, so we have to try to branch out if we're going to still watch it.
And Seinfeld. That's.
Which I never watched Seinfeld until it was in syndication.
I'm actually reading Jerry Seinfeld's autobiography right now, and it is very nice. He has a really strong work ethic. Very strong.
Well, good.
Yeah. And I'm sure everybody's seen comedians in cars getting coffee.
I'd say they probably haven't. I've never heard of that show other than when you watch it.
Oh, I think
never
I think
seen
it's
it
quite
advertised,
popular.
never, nothing.
Well, it's on the Netflix.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you all so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining us again. Thanks for your patience till we got another one done. And we'll try to not let it be so long next time. Right?
Sure.
Okay, well, cheers.
Cheers.
Y'all have a great
Thank you
week.
so much.
The great rest of your weekend. I'm going to go over and check my brisket on the old Big Green Egg and see how it's getting along. And our best to you till next time. Thanks. Y'all come.